guys, how's it going? So today we've got to discuss this topic that Eva loves raw and Sherylea, they both, two women in their early 50s, and they both been on a raw vegan diet for many years, but they both recently did a video because they both recently turned to eggs and to meat again. And I'll start by saying that, you know, in the video they mentioned that you can't do the raw vegan diet wrong. They were doing everything. They were taking their daily green boost. They were juicing. They were fasting. They were taking supplements. They were taking vitamins. They were not eating too much fruit, like all this stuff, right? But that's the problem. Like, people don't realize when you overcomplicate something, for one, and introduce a lot of like processed stuff into the diet, you're gonna have issues. If you're taking like a bunch of irritating, stimulating herbs, and if you're taking like a bunch of vitamins and supplements because you're scared of being B12 deficient, or if you're taking like powders, like powders alone are so dehydrating and concentrated and isolated, and like all this stuff overcomplicates, and it's like a confusion program for the digestive system, and it's not even natural whole food. And on top of all that, I'm guessing that they weren't eating enough, because you definitely have to eat quantity when your food's less calorie dense. And when you're avoiding fruit because you're on Hippocrates method, which they're just all about the greens and the sprouts and all, that's great, but that's only like half of the nutritional needs that the human body requires. I mean, we require the healthy fruit sugars. We require that for like our proper cellular fuel, for proper brain function. So on top of the confusion program of all the digestive nightmare that they're introducing into their body, then there's also the fact that you're not getting enough calories from fruit. Of course you're not gonna make it on a raw vegan diet. And they, you know, in the video, Eva says, well, you know, right away, you know, she's shutting people down by saying, you can't do it wrong. You can do it wrong. You absolutely can. And I did it wrong for a long time. Like, when I first began, I was doing like extended juice cleansing, which is not providing the body with everything that it requires for health, and that's quite restrictive. I was doing some herbs. I didn't do a lot of herbs, thankfully. I did take the Dr. Morris, you know, detoxification specialist program, and I tried a round of herbs, but they never did feel right, even though I was like big into herbs, like growing them and drying them myself and all that. But anyways, so like there's so many things. I mean, I even tried a dry fast once. That's definitely not health promoting. That's extreme. Like, there's so many extremes that people get into, and they don't realize that they're extremes. I didn't realize they were extremes. I didn't realize back in the day that I wasn't eating enough. You know, I'd eat a couple pieces of fruit and then I'd be starving all day, thinking about food all day, but I didn't really know. I didn't really realize that you have to eat like fruit, like a meal, like, and a large portion. Like, when I eat fruit, like today, I'm about to start my meal after this. This is like 2 or 3 pounds of grapes. And yeah, I'm going to eat all of it. And I will be comfortably full and satisfied after I eat all that. And then I won't be starving all day, and I'll be not thinking about food all day until my next meal, which is going to be dinner, and I'll be eating a salad like the size of like a family of 4, because the greens are very essential and important for those healthy minerals and all that. But at the same time, we need to get enough calories from fruit, and that's what I see with these two women, is they just weren't doing it right. I'm sorry I said it. In fact, I'm creating a book right now, another book, and it's kind of where I just like let it all out, you know, like I don't hold back. I'm not gonna bother like anyways, in this book I have a chapter 7, why you're doing it wrong. Because if you don't do this correctly, if you buy into all these like products and supplements, and if you buy into the herb thing, and if you buy into even just going to get all these tests all the time, like people going to get all these tests because they're so scared that they're depleted or deficient, and these tests deplete you. They cause the body to like have to replace, like if you're getting blood tests, for example, the body's going to have to replace that blood. That's so nerve energy depleting. Like, people do not realize that all these things they do and all these overcomplicated things they do are just adding insult to injury. How's the body ever going to fully recover when you're bombarding it with like all this stuff? Anyway, so that's all I'm going to really say today, is that yeah, you can be doing it wrong, and it's unfortunate because, like, you know, I followed these two women for many years, and I gleaned some good information from them, but at the same time I was always, you know, realizing that, like, when you're following like Hippocrates' method, for example, you're not going to get enough. They're afraid of fruit. They think that fruit sugar feeds cancer. And so it's just, without fruit on this path, like, you're gonna fail. I mean, you might as well just eat steamed vegetables and other cooked foods and things, because you're not gonna be able to stay raw. You're not gonna be able to stay raw if you're not eating fruit, like, and good amounts of fruit. That's where we get the bulk of our calories. Fruit is essential, and people don't realize that we're not running on protein and fat. That's not the proper brain cellular fuel for the body. The human body runs on healthy sugars, and that's essential from fruit. So anyways, that's just what I wanted to say, is that yes, you can absolutely do this diet wrong, and it is unfortunate. It'd be nice if we all had the correct information, and it took me so long to like gather the correct information and to be able to apply this in such a simplistic way that finally, like, I feel good every day and all that, but and the headaches disappeared and all my symptoms disappeared. But it took a long time, and in the first couple of years when I was depleting myself through like exercising when I was fatigued, through eating like herbs, and, you know, like through not eating enough, all these things, I would get, you know, symptoms that would arise, and I would just tell myself, and other people would tell me, and I would just believe that those were detox symptoms. But they weren't detox symptoms. They were symptoms of the body not getting all that it requires for health. And so symptoms are just a message from the body. Don't forget. I mean, symptoms aren't our enemy. They're messages from the body, and it's either like that we must, you know, address our routines and our dietary intake and possibly readjust, or, I mean, if we're doing things correctly, then symptoms will arise for a little while at times, periodically, until they don't anymore, until you can, you know, until the body's healed itself. But I mean, the truth is simple, and our diets are designed to be quite simple, and in today's modern world, like, we just overcomplicate everything, and it's crazy, and there's so many products on the market, and people get feared into taking these products, and I get it. I mean, and feared into taking all these tests, and feared into just always being in that paradigm and never breaking free. And, you know, you're not free if you're a slave to all these products and tests and like advice that's not bringing you good health. Anyway, so I'm done here. I hope everybody has an amazing January. It's 2025, and it's going to be a great year. If you want to, we're closing late registration soon for our natural diet support group for January. So if you want to sign up, just head over to therawkey.com, and I'll leave links below or in the description for my book, Heal Thyself, Embracing Our Natural Diet for Optimal Health. And I am working on my second book, and I'm very excited. I hope to have it complete by the end of January and release it in audiobook form. That's exciting. And yeah, I just wish everybody the best. I mean, it would be nice if we could just all have the correct information, you know, from the get-go, so we don't have to spend a lifetime trying to get ourselves into good health. It's no fun. I mean, I get it. I totally do. I've been on this path 11 years almost, and it's just like, it took many years before I kind of figured it out for myself and realized the error of my ways. And yeah, so take care, everyone. Bye.